Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's episode, we are going to take a look at Bitcoin eyeing up key resistance, where it's going to go in this episode. Stay tuned. Alright, what's up everybody? Randall here. Today we are taking a look at Bitcoin and this super cool graph that I just changed by changing it from candles to line graph. And look at how awesome it looks. It's like something out of Tron. But not the cryptocurrency, the movie, something like that. But Bitcoin is eyeing up some key resistance. So in this article here by Michael Vanderpop yesterday, talks about how Bitcoin is remaining bearish below $6.8 thousand. And if we take a look at Bitcoin, we're quickly approaching that $6.8 thousand, which is right here. I'll even draw a line so you can see it. That would be right here, $6.8 thousand right there. Quickly approaching that. If it stays below there, Bitcoin is continued to be bearish. However, if it breaks above that, then we might see, as in this article by William Suberg, that Bitcoin could be eyeing $7,000 after Fed says it has infinite cash. Jeez. Okay, so the Fed talking about unlimited quantitative easing, infinite cash. And if you don't believe me, you can just check out this quote here. There's an infinite amount of cash in the Federal Reserve. We will do whatever we need to do to make sure there's enough cash in the banking system. Kind of reminds me of Tether. They have like an infinite amount of Tether. They just print it out of nowhere. Same thing that the Federal Reserve does. Now, they're doing this to try and deal with what's going on with the economy. Now, is that going to work? Well, every time they print money, that devalues our money. So, being how there's infinite Bitcoin or infinite cash and only 21 million Bitcoin, could McAfee be right with $1 million Bitcoin by the end of 2020? Whew, is this what he was talking about? Will a dickening actually happen? Oh, it certainly could. So, where Bitcoin is going with this? Well, depends. If Bitcoin is going to break through there with some steam, then we could potentially see a $7,200 Bitcoin. But if not, Bitcoin would probably be rejected by that, head back down to 6,400, and then on to further lows. So we'll kind of have to go out. But based on this, based on the Fed going full Zimbabwe, okay, as you can see here, you guys all know that Bitcoin trades at a premium in Zimbabwe because guess what? Their money is worthless. They get paid and a week later their money is worth nothing. That's where the Fed is headed with its unlimited printing. If we look at every economy where that's happened, it happened back in Germany where they just started printing more and more. They took their money off their standard and they just kept printing more and more and it completely devalued. Same thing happened in Zimbabwe. Same thing happened in Venezuela. So it's, if we can learn from history, we'll see that'll happen again. Maybe it's a good idea to invest in assets that don't devalue infinitely like the dollar, okay? Things like Bitcoin, things like real estate, things like other assets. So that's what's next. There's a couple people on TradingView saying what's next for Bitcoin. This is from a couple days ago, but this guy Moisev Yerli says that there's a couple key support and breakout levels. One is right where we're at, the $6,600 area. If it can break above there, then that'll become support. If not, could head down to the $5,000 area. Also, this guy, Yerli Bishko, says we're in a giant triangle. The buy zone down around $3,500. And then after the halving, the price will break out. But, correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, help me out down in the comments. I thought that a descending triangle like this was kind of a bearish pattern. Like that it would flip and then head down. But that could just be me. Like if both sides it would be like this. If both sides are going down, then it's a bullish pattern. But if the bottom is flat and the top's coming down, then it goes down. That's my thoughts on things. That's what I thought. But you correct me down in the comments because you're all better at TNA than I am. So a couple other articles I just wanted to share with you in case you didn't watch the episode yesterday. The Bitmain S19 Antminer sellout won't ship until May 11th. Now, for those of you who know anything about Bitcoin, May 11th is a pretty significant date. It's not the exact date, but it's around the date of the halvening. So they have these brand new S19 Antminers, more powerful than anything before, but nobody can actually use it until after the halvening. So there's a theory, I like conspiracy theories. There's a theory that potentially Bitmain is doing this so that they can use their Antminers to basically not pre-mine in the concept of like ICO pre-mine, but like they'll be able to pre-mine, like use their brand new ant miners to mine the halvening faster and better than anyone else before anyone else gets their ant miners. So let me know what you think about that down in the comments. And then look at this. Alleged operators of $722 million crypto scheme seek jail release amid COVID-19 fears. So a couple alleged Ponzi scheme operators have requested the New Jersey federal court grant their release from jail over concerns that the jail will just become like a COVID-19 outbreak. So these guys, Mathia Ghosh and Jobadiah Weeks, who created a Ponzi scheme, allegedly created a Ponzi scheme for $722 million. I'm not sure if you could get accused of that if you didn't actually do it, but they want to get out of jail now because they say, hey, COVID-19. But they are accused of scamming. Their BitClub network accused of scamming $722 million from people. No better than BitConnect and all those other things out there. So there's an old saying, if you can't do the time, you shouldn't do the crime. Something like that. That's Scruff McGruff here. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. That's what it is. Okay, so maybe they should have thought of that before getting their $722 million crypto Ponzi scheme. So guys, that's all for the news today. Just, this stuff is getting serious. Obviously, the COVID thing has people concerned, but what's even more concerning is just the total devaluation of US dollar. And that doesn't only stop at the US dollar. That affects all other fiat currencies because they are traded against and with the US dollar. And the US dollar is held as a standard across the world. Even in Cambodia, that's like the main money. They don't even use Cambodian dollars, but no one really uses them. They use US dollars in Cambodia. Crazy. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys later. Happy Tuesday. Peace.